So when you have such different constituencies reacting to different things, how do you make sure that your message online doesn't...
This was essentially, Shaili, I was trying to tell. This kind of voice comes to a class of people only when they have a medium. So at least you have a class of people, there is a section of people who would like to air it. Now this can be two different voices, they can be exactly opposite. Somebody says that it was right, somebody may say wrong.
But a certain class will say right, like the Facebook class.
No, this is left to interpretation of the person who wants to read it.
Okay.
So it may be your judgment and call, but there are people who like it and people who do not like it, right? So I would not like what he did. There may be somebody who likes it.
Okay,
now,
forget that. Do you think there's any action that may be looked at one way by one class and another
exactly.
by another?
Yeah. So when we write something on the social media, any channels on the social media, there are sections of people who may like it, disagree or dislike it. And this can be immediately seen. This empowerment itself is huge. Till this advent of the social media, this was not there. And you come to know about this kind of two mixed reactions on Arvindji's action of that day. I disliked it, you may like it. Now this comes on because you have empowered me with something, I could write that.
So you could, yeah. What was your learning? Do you sometimes see that there's a disconnect with what the online community wants and what the offline community wants?
Within the online as well as the offline community, there are certain sections which will agree and certain sections which will disagree. There are people everywhere who will agree and disagree to something. Just that those who disagree are very active in voicing their concern, and those who agree are generally silent, seeing what is happening.
And that's across for any issue,
for anything.
That's the birth of the troll. That's how it is, isn't it?
Actually, that is how the trolls are born.
Exactly. Yeah. This is the nature of news. I mean, that's the nature of social media. I mean, all of us who've been associated with news, negative is what tends to sell, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have special good news programs or cross channels. So I think it's a factor of how digital has played out, and it's some of the things that he's saying that digital is still new, everybody's still experimenting. But this is India's moment to test how Obama tested 2012.
You handle the BJP national digital campaign. So every state has its own digital campaign as well?
Yeah, we have it across the...
So your national, how many people do you have working?
See, we have 4 of us here who are the conveners. Okay. Along with me, there is Arvind who is there. We have a gentleman called Sanjeev and Amresh Viarde.
So you're the conveners, and how many people do you have working in that cell, that digital war room?
Yes. There is no, I think, called as war room message where people sit down or they work. Message. Ankit certainly has a war room there, and we know that.
Do you, Ankit? Do you even have a room?
This is my war room.
Yeah. So we don't have such kind of war room where people sit down and they think, what next? Let us create a campaign kind of thing. What happens is that there is a structure of Bharatiya Janata Party. So we have the national team, we have the state team, we have the parliamentary constituencies, assembly constituencies, and we go till the ward and the booth. We would be saying that on 6th of this particular month, on April, when there is a foundation day of BJP, Modi ji is going to talk to all the booth pramukhs. So maybe probably
all the
booth pramukhs. Okay. So booth pramukhs are the last unit of
booth pramukhs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the electoral booth. So the use of technology gives us that enablement. We'll be talking to more than 500,000 of our office bearers across pan India. Kind of thing. Now this is not done through somebody sitting down there and trying to plan it out. What happens is we have chain of these people. The moment the thought comes up, we have our own WhatsApp groups and we have our own e-groups. We try to put that thoughts and kya karna chahiye.
Okay, just one question I have. It's not necessarily digital, but since you were talking about him talking to 25 million, how much is that what you said?
2.5 million.
2.5 million? Yeah. Those people are in any case BJP supporters. I think you should request Mr. Modi to talk to those who are not his supporters. They are more important at this stage also.
We do that.
He doesn't talk to us.
We do that. We talk.
But
we talk.
No, you do, sir.
No, he does talk. So what do you know?
Huh?
See, you'll have to put that. He does talk. So
when did you do that last?
I'll tell you. And we do it far better than Arvindji. So we do it far better than
In
Arvindji.
your opinion.
Yeah, I'll tell you. See, what happens is we have our own performance to be talked about. We were in Gujarat for a couple of years. We have been there in Madhya Pradesh. We have been there for Chhattisgarh. So we have been part of governance for a couple of decades. So we have policies and programs to talk about.
Sure,
we have
but I'm just talking...
So what happens, we talk about what is going to be next, what we have done.
The format of a one-way conversation is a speech. I'm talking about a conversation.
There is. If you just actually...
I would disagree to that. They don't converse. Actually, when it comes to the 3 major political parties, Congress, BJP and AAP, only AAP has kept its Facebook message inbox open.
You're really calling yourself a party in league with Congress and the BJP at this stage. Although I support you, that's a tall claim.
See, if we are not of the same league, but at least on social media, we are the one who are giving them...
Okay. I agree with Ankit there. I think our research definitely showed that at all points, you know, BJP and Congress are established parties. Everybody knows that. Somebody can even say they possibly don't even need the money. They don't need social media, this, that, and the other. But I think AAP used the digital medium to raise funds. They managed to reach out to get more members. As I was once saying that you could tweet and become a member of AAP if your tweet was liked. At one point it appeared like that.
Eventually you'll have that also.
No, but Vineet, actually
So
the point
making
I was
it so
trying to
light,
make,
I'll tell you.
but I wasn't talking about what I'm talking
It's
about. A
about
conversation
conversations.
is
Correct.
Since
Correct.
you are on the point of conversation, the presence of social media has given them an excuse of conversation, that they are conversing with the people.
But they aren't actually.
Many of them are, but many of them aren't.
Is Mr.
Yes.
Modi?
I'll not like to comment on Mr. Modi. I've never tried to tweet to him my question. If
You
you are
reply.
comfortable with the question, you reply to it. If you're not, you won't reply to it. And you say you are still interacting with the people. You are on social media. It gives an alibi to avoid Arnab Goswami on television.
I think he has a point there, you know.
Point
I mean,
taken.
that is true about social media, that you don't necessarily, you're not subject to enough cross-questioning because you're not in front of the person. But I think the flip side of it is that it's for the first time any person with any handle, with any background can actually come out there and openly abuse, often disrespect, troll, and even you contest. So I think there are both sides to it. But
See, if there are questions and there are conversations which are on policies. I'll tell you, I've been hearing it very patiently for all this thing.
Yeah.
See, when there are questions on policies and philosophies and the projects which you have done, we answer them. Otherwise, we will not have this kind of engagement. So you can fool a couple of thousand people. You can.
No,
you
sir.
know,
When has an
but
answer
you
happened?
cannot,
Sir,
you know.
Vineet, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's a
And
good
it's
or
not
bad
only
thing.
Modi ji.
Just let
So
me
we
finish
have got people around. So we have
no,
leaders who are
I'm
there.
talking about
We got
Modi ji because he's the
leadership.
Prime Minister, and we'll come back to this, but I'm just pointing out one thing, and I think it's a reality, and whether you accept it or not, I don't believe that you're blind to it. And I'm not saying he has to. You may say it's a good strategy, but it is a very difficult point to make, saying that yes, Modi does interviews or engages with people. I think other than hardcore Modi followers, you will not be able to convince anyone of that. Would any of you buy that? I'm just saying.
See, we are trying to focus only one leader in AAP, probably because they do not be having other showcase leaders. Okay. We do have a lot of leaders. So if you see my own blog yesterday, now if you have Som Mittal, Debjani Ghosh from Intel and from MA.
So he'll do the work Modi doesn't have to, because baki log kar lenge.
No, ऐसा नहीं है. We have been doing it. So necessarily, if you have to answer all the million questions which have been put, it's not possible. But we do. See, try to respect one thing, that he's trying to communicate. He's communicating. Millions and millions of these people, they don't come on your handles or on your Facebook page just because you have been writing and trying to throw things out.
Sure.
Had this been a drama and tamasha 1 or 2 days, it would have gone for 1 or 2 days. This has been consistent for months.
Yeah,
now.
but that's a
consistency
different point.
comes
Anyway, the
because-
point I was making is different. You don't want
And
to take
if
it, that's fine. You don't want to acknowledge it, that's fine.
No,
but we
I
are moving
told-
on to another point. Now, coming back to this whole research that you did in the digital space, have you done a comparison with other countries, that how it played out, the digital space played out politically there?
yeah, so naturally the most ideal example is how Obama transitioned from 2008 when he just started with it, and then see the data analysis he did for 2012, where some interesting figures to sort of show off would be that Obama spent $47 million into his digital campaign alone.
Wow.
So we've been talking about, I know our figures look pretty impressive with 500 crores, but at least you know where that 47 million went, because it's very transparent and straightforward out there. Romney, on the other hand, spent 1/10 of that amount. Now, that's not to suggest that digitally speaking, Obama literally sort of helped himself to victory. Now, of course, at the, Romney technically had a fairly rich campaign all the same. But I think it's also about how well do you use your digital data and how much of, in-depth understanding you've had. So I think some of the lessons Obama learned in 2008 is something he
Other
used
than that, in India, have you taken any examples like Malaysia or, I don't know, Sri Lanka?
See, we've taken examples where some of the countries across the world have used them effectively for some campaigns. Not all of them have used it politically.
Any with penetration comparable to India?
Right.
I don't think there are too many at this stage, because there is a lot of comparison of internet penetration, but not of use of social media. So I think it's still pretty open. I mean, Russia has used it to overthrow, some sort of dictatorial moves within not on a national scale, but within. But I think Finland, for example, actually used it for crowdsourcing its mini manifesto on a certain subject. So they've used it very effectively.
But the penetration there is over 80%.
Absolutely. So that's what I was just going to come to, that different countries play differently, but from a democracy point of view, I think India and US remain the best examples.
Sure. You were saying, Kunal?
2 points. One point, we should not compare India to United States. Just because of the internet penetration, 80% there is 12% in India. So we simply cannot compare social media campaigns in US to India. We need to find a country like BRICS country, or maybe Pakistan, Bangladesh, we like it or not, they are on the same income category. Then talking about US also, Romney spent 1/10 of Obama, and in popular vote, I think it was 51-49%. So this tells me nothing.
See, I think what we're discussing here is not necessarily about whether you can compare them just because of the size and scale of their countries.
That is the exact point that I was talking about. That difference between 49 and 51 is what digital media creates.
Yeah, and not only that, it's important to see that it's not about whether the size of the US and how much penetration they have. We're not comparing penetration. We're comparing and understanding the impact digital has on certain issues.
Yes,
and,
right.
And that is what he's alluding to, which is that if it does have an impact on fence sitters, then it doesn't matter whether your fence sitters are 1/10 or 1/50th of what the US has, as long as we're understanding the soft. This is the
I
soft
think it's
skill.
per dollar.
I agree
it's not a per dollar
right.
how many.
I agree to the extent that there's a lot of perception that is being fed into the social media, and how this perception plays out during electoral campaign. I'm not going into that
I
because
don't think,
we cannot.
I don't think there's any
Nobody knows
accurate
exactly what happens.
We will know this in the next election.
And maybe then, even
Or maybe
then,
the one that follows.
We'll talk.
There won't be any
See,
certain
there are
way
two,
of
three
knowing.
couple of things which we have to understand. One is use of technology will always change the way propaganda goes in, or the electioneering goes in. We have seen TV coming in 1960s for the first time, I think, when John F. Kennedy spoke on the TV. People said, okay, what if he has spoken on the TV and this thing? And we saw that the advent of TV actually changed the perception. Political parties use various mediums of communication. This is one of the medium. This is not one. Two, every time when there is something novelty new, people tend to see that. It is caught eyes. Offline, there is somebody who stands next to the panwala, they talk about Modi ji or the policies of Modi ji's, or what wrongs of Congress, what went wrong with Kejriwal ji's resignation, because somebody sitting there on the panwala, eating pan there, talked about this from the WhatsApp group or something from that, what he has seen this thing. So even if there is an offline guy, he gets educated by an online guy sometimes.
But I just like to point out, Vineet.
See,
Exactly, MLAs who utilize digital media in a bad manner.
Will there ever be a way that you can say that it happened because of X, Y?
You can't say that. But it's just that those videos which are passed through WhatsApp had eventually the outcome which was seen on the streets of Muzaffarnagar.
And not only that, I think that's another piece that we analyzed a little bit, not much in detail. But we did analyze the fact that there was a video that went around during Muzaffarnagar, and there was another video that claimed that this was all happening due to Pakistan.
Exactly.
Now, the point is that, people have to slowly become discerning users. But can we deny that there are non-discerning users? Of course. It's an equal measure. There are a lot of people who are out there getting influenced because this is what they're dished out. So I think there is the concern of credibility around social media, and particularly during election season, because people just say anything and everything into a video, into a phone, or they celebrate bad things and they denounce good things, and it could be anything. But it's very difficult in India at this stage to decide what is all right, what is credible, and what is non-credible, and that is the challenge that we have.
Okay,
that is the biggest challenge that social media faces at this point of time. It's credibility.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So before we wrap up, speaking of videos, there's one video that went viral last week, and the boys who created that, I will get them on Skype. We'll just connect with these boys who are obviously a little late. Before we speak to them, I just wanted to bring up the absence, not the absence, but the very low visibility of regional parties. And in all fairness, considering AAP is, even if the most optimistic estimates come true, it will have as many seats as maybe a left has had or a TMC will have, yet the kind of presence it has is huge on social media. So why is there this absence, in your view, of these regional parties?
It takes a lot of effort.
I won't call regional parties. Why is there an absence of other parties in states other than Delhi who have sizable numbers in their states?
Umar Abdullah, for example, has utilized social media, especially Twitter, very effectively. Okay. They have not been able to utilize Facebook to that extent, but some of them, especially Umar, have utilized Twitter very, very effectively. Coming to the others, you can't expect people like Lalu or Nitish to utilize social media to that extent. They don't see the possibility. Even Akhilesh, he doesn't see the possibility at this point of time. They fail to realize that they will be late.
So you mean their constituency is not online, so that's fair.
They think so.
But
Actually,
you think
not in
it's
Akhilesh's case. See, Akhilesh during the UP elections was very active online.
He tried to, but...
Yeah, he tried to tweet a lot. And I think when people had some hope from him, they did actually follow him and somewhat engage obliquely.
Tamil Nadu, Karnataka...
And again, like I said, Karunanidhi is on Twitter. Now, the point I think Ankit is making is that if they're not convinced that their target audience, which is clearly within a state, is not that active, I think it still needs to be ascertained how many of Lalu's potential, voters would be online. That is not to say that people from Bihar are not online. Of course they are. I mean, we all have followers from Patna, or we follow people from Patna. But the point is, do they really feel that the people who've actually brought them to power, are they at all online? I think that is something that will change as a mindset, because parties cannot be led online without their leaders. And I think this is something that we probably didn't discuss much in detail. But this has been the misgiving of the Congress on social media, because Rahul Gandhi is not there, not to lead, not to defend, until that leader-party piece comes together.
There's one more aspect to it. The smaller parties have so many skeletons in the cupboards. They can't come on social media and defend it.
I think that can't
Why do you think they don't come?
See, that can be said of big parties as well.
We'll have to consider.
They are not being able to. That's why we are growing so rapidly.
Correct. So while this is, I'd like to add into this. The regional parties are run by families most of the times, or an individual which is run. So by the time the leader realizes the importance of particular medium, it's late. So they don't want to participate when they feel that kid is late.
You mean the structure is the family?
Yeah. So
by the time Karunanidhi realizes anything, it is a few days.
So sometimes they don't take it. B, if the leader is not there on a particular medium, the team members try to keep away from that. And that psychological the leader is not there. How come I would go on that particular medium? Also keeps the
very different
middle
from the
tier.
Congress, where all other leaders are and the main leader isn't.
So Congress has different problems. Now the question being of the regional parties. Congress thing is something which can be analyzed. The regional parties, third particular problem with the regional parties are very few regional parties come because of philosophy. Most of them come with some particular different agenda. Now that agenda does not gel with this particular class or section of youths who are on there on social media. So if you see why Lalu cannot be there, because he's not trying to target that particular segment. So maybe we'll have to fare with him.
I kind of disagree with him, because when I looked at what Mamata Banerjee was doing, as we all know, she was kind of eclipsed from national media for all her rather politically incorrect statements and, calling a young college kid a Maoist and so on. On her Facebook page, it very clearly says, and she's got about 6 lakh fans, which is no small number by any means. The message out there is that one of the reasons why we use social media and Facebook actively, and why all our voters and followers should come and watch us here, is because we believe that the parallel mainstream media has an agenda against us. So they're using social media as a parallel universe. And as an interview in the Big Connect shares, even Narendra Modi's people have gone on record to say, we don't believe in the English medium studios that are sitting in Delhi. Narendra Modi has created a parallel discourse online through social media and kept up with his information and engagement, because they do not believe that mainstream media is fair to it. So this is one of the reasons given by both regional parties and national parties for using social media at all.
Like I said, this is unmoderated and uninterrupted. So where the leaders feel that they can speak. The regional parties, like he rightly said, Omar Abdullah or maybe probably Derek speaks on this.
Yeah, TMC.
Yeah. But those who are not confident, A, B, they don't feel that there is a need. 3, they should have people who can do it. See, Bharatiya Janata Party does it because Bharatiya Janata Party's volunteers use this technology. They are there on the digital space. So it should have
people. So it comes from bottom up. There's a demand that, look, we are on the space.
Both ways.
It works both ways.
About Omar Abdullah doing well on Twitter. So he is also a product of family politics. So let's face it, dynasty is real in India, and that's, I don't think, a big point. Maybe we can delve into it later. But the reason why regional parties are not focusing on social media as much, because the constituency on social media talks national, talks big, talks foreign policy, talks bills passed in the parliament, and the elections are fought on local issues. You talk about London Nilekani, he's there in Bangalore South.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Guess who's here? We have with us Okay, hello, young men. First of all, let me introduce you to the panel who I have here. We are discussing social media and how popular it can make any political party. Now, there you have, he's the co-convener of the BJP's IT cell. This gentleman here, sorry? Yeah, sorry, and Vineet. Vineet Goenka. Ankit here is a founder member and he heads the digital space for Aam Aadmi Party. Shaili here, who you probably know, is a very well-known anchor and journalist who's just written a book called The Big Connect, which you must buy and tell everyone in your college to buy on the social media. And that young there is Kunal, product of IIT, who is thinks the whole impact of social media is exaggerated. I'm Abhinandan Sekhri. Hello. Now here, let's just put this here. Now, in case my panel is wondering who these young men are, these young men are Shaleen Verma, Shivam Dubey, Shashank Chandel, and Vinesh Jajoria, and Prateek Malviya, correct?
Yeah, Vishesh. I'll correct you, it's Vishesh Jajoria.
Vishesh Jajoria, okay, not Vinesh, Vishesh. And why these men are here is because of this. So your video went viral. First of all, how many of you have seen that video? Have you seen that video?
No.
Okay, they danced. Okay, you're the only 4 people in the country who probably haven't seen it.
Sorry for that.
Despite us being on social media.
They uploaded
I'll
YouTube.
just go home and watch.
Yeah, YouTube video of them dancing to this very popular song called Baby Doll. Now, first of all, whose idea was it to do that video?
Actually, we all were getting bored and it was our exam next day. So we all just decided few steps and this was a trending song and we just made the video and uploaded that.
Oh, so it was just one of those things that happened while you're studying for an engineering exam.
Yes, it was more of a stress buster to us. We just did it for our entertainment and our friends can see that and get entertained in the exams that are going on. But we never knew that it will be so viral and a big hit.
Have you guys become celebrities after it went viral? Chai.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
Many people interviewed you?
Yes. Times of India, ABC News, Aaj Tak, we were all on the...
And all the radio
Radio.
of Bhopal were
Are they
interviewing
making
us.
money off the YouTube?
Are you making money off the video? Shelly wants to know. She's a business journalist, so no surprises there. Huh? Okay, sorry, I just want to know, who were the 2 boys lying on the bed doing that whole leg movement? That was you. And?
And one more guy, but he's not right now.
So first of all, I'd just like to congratulate you guys, because I hadn't even seen the video of Baby Doll till I saw yours, and you guys are way more watchable than Sunny Leone. Who choreographed that entire piece?
We all just decided 2-3 steps and we just upped all and made the video.
So can you show us the moves once again?
We could do few steps like sitting.
Okay, go for it. Yeah. So that was the move you all did.
Please.
You guys are rock stars.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'll certainly watch this once.
Okay, the co-convener of the BJP National Cell is going to watch your video. And maybe at the end of your next one, he'll make you say, vote BJP.
Hopefully. Unless the alliance partners go and ban it there. One has to be careful.
The Shiv Sena might go out and ban it. Don't worry.
Okay, just since you guys are this bunch of 4 young people we have, you guys are obviously online, right?
Yeah.
On a scale of 0 to 10, starting from you, young man with the goatee, rate the BJP digital campaign between 0 to 10.
I'll rate it as 8.
8. And Aam Aadmi Party?
6.
And Congress?
3.
3. Okay, how about you, the young man in the middle of the specs?
10 for BJP, 9 for Aam Aadmi and 4 for Congress.
And you on the right?
Me?
Yeah.
for BJP and 9 for AAP.
How much for BJP?
10 on 10.
And 9 for AAP and?
And Congress 4, 5.
And the young man sitting?
1 for Congress and 5 for AAP and 8 for BJP.
So I take it all of you are BJP voters.
Yeah, you will vote.
So I'm going to vote
Modi.
AAP. I'm going to vote AAP.
Oh, you're going to, so you have 1 of 4 is up. Okay, so you two are obviously doing a good job. Rahul Gandhi won't be happy. So, and what's the mood like in your college, in your engineering college? Is it AAP, BJP, Congress?
It's more of BJP right
BJP.
now.
Bhopal is for just BJP.
BJP whole Bhopal crowd, MP crowd is mainly BJP.
And so you're in a minority, young man.
At least you 4 are with me. 3 of you are. No, the other gentleman is currently with AAP.
Oh, you mean he will
And
convert
3 are
you?
currently with BJP.
Thank you guys for joining us. Pleasure meeting you. And I always wondered what engineering kids do that make them so bright. Now I know, had I done that, I would have done something more substantial in life. I didn't. See you guys.
Do share our video. Do share
Okay,
our
I promise I won't steal the idea. Thanks guys. Take care.
video. Bye.
Bye. So, obviously, you have a lot of support in their college. And you have 25% and Congress
Which is
should be worried.
decent.
Decent,
Which
not
is decent. I'm happy.
Yeah, of course. Anything for Option to make them happy at this stage. Like I said,
We start from zero. We
Yeah.
have nothing to lose.
nothing to lose. Absolutely.
Okay. So thank you for watching. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and stay posted for more such videos. Thank you to the panel for joining us. And good luck with your campaigns. And good luck with your book. We'll end once again. It's called The Big Connect. And it's available on Flipkart and
Every store in the country.
every store in the country.
And on Kindle.
And on Kindle.
So everyone overseas who's watching this video can surely buy it.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you for coming. Have a great election.